Good Friday morning, students. Don't you love the sound of that? Friday morning. I used to love Fridays as a teacher. So congratulations for making it through another week. One more day of school, Monday, and then off to New York City for you seniors. And Tara, I know not for you, but at least for the other three young ladies. And my gift to you for your for your senior trip is a test on Monday. So please make sure you're ready for your test on Monday. All right, you guys know by now I am not a big Monday test person. However, I have no choice. We must get this in before you leave. On Monday I will not be there. I have to teach another class. So I will have a video going over the test and reminding Mr. Harmon or whoever to collect your review sheets. You do not have to do this review sheet I'm giving to you today. It is not mandatory, but if you want 5 bonus points, then you will do the review sheet. Okay? Before we get started, I want to remind you that all homework assignments not turned in this week will become zeros. And I decided to drop Tuesday since there was some confusion as to whether or not you all finished the video. From now on, you go home and you watch the video. That will not be an excusable reason, but make sure all your homework's turned in. You owe me homework from Monday. Tuesday I dropped. Wednesday I never collect. If you did the whole assignment, you get 2 bonus points. Put it in your account. I just give everybody 100 for what they did. And then Thursday you do owe me homework from last night. So would you please turn that in at this time? Please turn in last night's homework at this time. Okay, as you're turning that in, let's go ahead and get ready for our review sheet. You might want to pause the video for about 5 minutes and copy this page down. I have given you on the screen in front of you, as you can tell, a list of all the formulas you will need for the test. Now, in a way, I'm kind of spoon-feeding you, but in another way, I'm teaching you how to study. If I had not given this to you, go ahead and copy this down if you want while I'm rambling. If I had not done this for you, my question to you would be, have you learned the type of study skills in which you know to take, instead of having your formulas spread out throughout your notes, you make a study sheet that puts all the formulas on one page like this? That is an easier way to study for your test. Okay? Anyways, just a thought, but I'm doing this for you. It's all right here in front of you. If you want to pause the video and take about 5 minutes and copy this down, you can. Now I'm going to move on, obviously, so you'll have to pause the video if you want to. But listen to me carefully. All of these formulas you see in front of you, all of these on your test on Monday will be multiple. No, that's not right. That is totally wrong. They will be matching. Okay? So you will match these up, and once you match them up on the front page of the test, you can then use those formulas for the rest of the test. So I'm not asking you to memorize these completely, just become familiar with them and associate them. So anyways, copy this down if you want to. Before I move on, I want to say this to you. Wow, total brain freeze. What was I going to say to you guys? Well, totally gone now. So anyways, go ahead and copy this down if you want to. Moving on, here's the review. Oh, I know what I was going to say. You're not supposed to finish this video in class. You're not supposed to finish this video in class. Here's the name of the video if you want to look it up. Write this down. The name of this video, so over the weekend you can finish it and finish your review sheet, is Pythagorean Academy Geometry, Chapter 9, Review Sheet. Now please write that down. That's the name of this video. So over the weekend, if you want to finish your review sheet and you want to watch the video, there it is. Pythagorean Academy Geometry Chapter 9 Review Sheet. That's what you need to type in. Okay? I am going to move on, so if you're going to copy these formulas down, fine. If not, fine. Here's your review sheet. 21 problems. That's much smaller than the usual 35 to 40 problems. So I've made it a little smaller for you. And let's go ahead and get started. So that's what this video is all about. Page 525, numbers 9 through 29. All right, here we go. Number 9 says, find the surface area of this prism. Find the surface area, okay? We've never learned a formula for finding the surface area of a prism. Look back at your formula sheet right here. Nowhere do we learn how to find the surface area of a prism. And that's because we just simply look at it and say, okay, there's a top side. If you want to write this down, there's a bottom side, there's a front, there's a back, there's a right, and there's a left. So we're going to find the area of each one, then add them up. All right, let me highlight, or let me outline the top side for you. There's the top side. And of course, that's going to be the same as the bottom side. Those two areas will be the same. And it looks like we have rectangles. So the top and bottom faces are rectangles, and they're 3 by 5 rectangles. And so the area for the top and the bottom would be 15 and 15. Now let's move to the front and the back. All right, let's outline the front. There's the front, and here's the back, way back yonder. All right. Now we see that this edge is 3, but what about this edge right here? Well, wouldn't it be the same as this edge back here? Sure it would be. So we have a 3 by 3 front and a 3 by 3 back. So the area of the front and the back would be 9 and 9. Now let's see if we can't find the area of the left and right. Well, here's the right side. I'm going to outline that for you. That's the right side, and here's the left side. All right. Well, it looks like we have rectangles. So that's a 5 by 3. So if the right side's 15, the left side will be 15. So we have an area for the right and left faces of 15 and 15. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and add all of these up. 10, 19, 28, 38, carrier 3, 78. Let's see. I think that's right. 30, 60, 69, 78. So the answer is 78 square feet. Now I said square because it's area. All right, that's number 9. Moving on to number 10. All right, now number 10, they want us to find the surface area of a cylinder. So let's go back to our formulas. Are you ready? Here's our formulas. Let's see. Surface area of a cylinder. There it is, right there. Everybody see that? Surface area of a cylinder. So, I mean, on the test, if you have properly matched that like you're supposed to, then I think what happened here. Am I going to be able to cut and paste that? No, I'm not. Okay, well, that's fine. I really wanted to, but obviously it's not going to let me. All right, so here's the formula. Surface area of a cylinder, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So let's go ahead and use that. 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Now, it's traditional. I know the numbers are going to be messed up a little bit, but it's traditionally easier if you have your cylinder turned like this. It's just easier, students, that way. It really is. So I want to encourage you to learn to do that. I think it helps so much. On the test, you can turn your test upside down or sideways if you need to. So this is 3, and this height right here is 6. So here's your formula. I mean, if you know your formula, you're good to go. So we have 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times radius squared, which would be 3 squared, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, times the height, which is 6. So there we go. There's all of our substitutions. All right, so we've made our substitutions. Let's go ahead and do all of our multiplication here. Let me grab a calculator real quick here. If you type that into your calculator correctly, you should come up with 56.52 for all of this right here. Plus, now let's do all of our multiplication over here. So I'm getting 113.04. Well, let's add those two together, and we should come up with 169.56, and that's good enough for me. The directions tell you to round to the nearest whole number. On the test, I just want you to leave it like that, and that's going to be square inches because your measurement was inches and we're finding area. All right, so moving on to the next one, which is number 11. All right, let's take a look here at number 11. Now, this is going to be a little tough for here, students. I want to warn you, okay? They want us to find the surface area of this prism right here, okay? Surface area. Now, Let's do some work here, okay? Just watch what I do and see if this makes sense. I see the front is right here facing you. Now, I hope you all see that. The dotted lines kind of help us see those are in the background, and this is in the foreground in the front, okay? So there's the front. Do y'all see that okay? There is a front. There is no back anywhere. There's the front. Now, if you're having a hard time seeing that, there's no back. There's the front. Now, there's a left side. There's the left side. And there's a right side right here. Okay? But there is no back. This is the front. Now, it's the top and the bottom. Here's the top. It's a triangle. And here's the bottom. Okay? But again, there is no back side. So when I go to find the surface area of this prism, there is no formula for this, just so you know. We have no formula for the surface area of a prism. We're going to have a front side. We're going to have a right side and a left side. We're going to have a top and a bottom. So let's find those areas. First of all, the front. I'm going to outline the front for you. There's the front that's facing you. And notice that's a 10 by 9 rectangle. A 10 by 9 rectangle, so the area of the front is 90. Now the right side is right here. Everybody follow the highlighting, please. And that right side is an 8 by 9 rectangle. An 8 by 9 rectangle. Okay? So my area of the right side will be 72. And then my left side is also a rectangle. And now watch this carefully. If this line way down, this edge right here has a measurement of 9, then that means this edge right here also has a measurement of 9 right there. So the rectangle is a 6 by 9 rectangle, so the area of the left side is 54. Now, if you'll look at the top and bottom, which is our last two sides over here, top and bottom, they are triangles and they are congruent. So if I can find just the area of one of these, then I know it's also the area of the bottom side. So look what I have. I have a right triangle that has 6 and 8 for two sides that form a right angle. So I could draw the right triangle like this, put a right angle here, call this leg 6 and call this leg 8. Now, how do you find the area of a triangle? Isn't it 1/2 base of the triangle, height of the triangle? Sure it is. So where the B is, I'm going to substitute a 6. Where the H is, I'm going to substitute an 8. And you get out 24. 1/2 times 6 times 8. So that's how you find the area of a triangle. So this top triangle is 24. This bottom triangle here also has an area of 24. So we have 24 plus 24. And we get 17, 22, 24, 26. The answer should be 264 meters, and it's squared because we're looking at surface area. Surface area. All right? All right, let's continue on to number 12. Number 12. Now, hopefully you're following along in your book. Number 12, the directions say find the surface area of the solid. So we have a pyramid. Hopefully you've learned by now to recognize these. This is a pyramid. Let's go to our formula. Surface area of a pyramid. Here it is. B plus 1/2 times P times L. So let's go ahead and write that down. That's how you find the surface area. B plus 1/2 P times L. Now, in case you've forgotten, B stands for area of the base, P stands for perimeter of the base, and L is the slant height. Now, if you had a height going straight down like this, that hit right in the middle, that would be the height. But when you have a height like this over here running down the side of the pyramid, like this line right here, that is your slant height. So they give us the slant height in this one, okay? So here we go. Let's start off by finding B, the area of the base. Well, I'm going to outline the base for you. It looks like a square to me, and it's a 5 by 5 square. So the area of the base would be 25. Now let's continue on. Let's see if we can't find P. That's the perimeter of the base. Well, the perimeter is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. All the way around the perimeter. So that would be 20. And then they give us the slant height right here. The slant height is 7. So let's bring down our 25. Let's add all of these numbers together. and you will get 70, by the way. And then 25 plus 70 is 95 square meters. And moving on to number 13, here we go. Now we're going to find the surface area of a cone. Surface area of a cone. Well, let's see if we can't find the formula we need. Here it is, right here. Look at this. Surface area of a cone. Do you see that? So it's B plus pi r L. All right, so let's apply that. Here we go. B plus pi r L. Now that's how you find the surface area of a cone. Well, capital B stands for the area of the base. So, now by the way, I want to show you something on a test or a quiz. If this thing is flipped like this, all you have to do is just turn it around so that it's laying on its circular base, okay? All right, well, it looks like to me the base is a circle. That's pretty obvious, isn't it? So when I ask you to find the area of the base, I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle. And how do you find the area of a circle? Pi r squared, okay? Plus pi r L. Does everybody see where this came from right here? Capital B stands for area of base. And my base is a circle, so if I'm going to find the area of the base, I've got to use pi r squared. Okay, for pi, I'm going to go ahead and substitute 3.14. And for the radius, I'm going to substitute 8 squared. Then bring down your plus sign. And then for pi, I'm going to substitute 3.14. And then for the radius, I'm going to substitute 8. And then for the L, the slant height. Now, if you had a height going straight down like this, that would not be the slant height, okay? But the slant height is the length, the measurement running from the top going down the side until you hit the edge of the cone. And so the slant height is given to you right here, and it is 11, all right? So for the slant height, I'm going to substitute 11. Well, let's do a bunch of multiplication and see what we come up with, okay? First of all, 3.14 times 8 squared should give you this. If you're not getting this, get some help from some friends or check your calculator work, 200.96. And now let's multiply all of these numbers together here. I'm getting 276.32. All right, let's add those two numbers together, and we should get 477.28. 477.28 inches squared surface area. All right, let's move on. Number 14. Okay, once again, the surface area of a pyramid. The surface area of a pyramid. Let's go back to our formulas. Surface area of a pyramid. Here it is, right here. Do you see that? That's why it's so important you have these memorized for Monday's test. You can match them up on the front page of the test. You can get everything ready and then just use these formulas on the test all you need to. So surface area of a pyramid. All right, B plus 1/2 PL. All right, here we go. First of all, capital B stands for area of base. I'm going to outline my base right here. And you can look in your book. I know my numbers are a little blurry on this one, but if you'll look in your book, you'll see that your base is a 6 by 6. It is a 6 by 6 square. So the area of the base will be 36 plus 1/2. Well, the perimeter is going to be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So 24. And now the slant height. Oh, they don't give it to me. Look at this. They don't give you the slant height. Here's the slant height right here. It would be this line coming down like this, right down the middle of this triangle on the edge or on the face. They don't give that to you, do they? But they do give you the height. So can we not draw a right triangle like I'm doing right now? And then we'll call this X. Can we not find this slant height? Sure we can. Let's go ahead and draw that red triangle down here where it's easier to see, okay? Now, first of all, does everybody see this height going up and down right here? Isn't that 4? So I can call this measurement here 4. Now, what about this one here? Well, think about it. It's going from the middle of the pyramid all the way over to the edge. So if this whole edge here is 6, then this little bit right here would be 3, half of that. Now using Pythagorean's theorem, and by the way, this is your hypotenuse. This is your hypotenuse right here. All right. So we have leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And if you square it and add them together, you will get 25 equals h squared. Take the square root of both sides, and 5 equals 8. So there's your hypotenuse. So if this is your hypotenuse right here, and you got a 5 out, then that means this line right here coming down, your slant height is 5. So there's your slant height. So we found it, 5. Very good. Okay, well, we bring down our 36. We're going to multiply all these numbers together. We should get 60. And so your final answer will be 96 square feet. 96 square feet. All right, and that's number 14. Number 15 is surface area of a cone. Let's go back. Surface area of a cone. Here it is right here. Here's the formula. B plus pi RL. B plus pi RL. All right. Now that's the formula for finding the surface area of a cone. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing around. I'm telling you, it's the best way to do this. I would not try to do it another way. Now you can see the answer. I had the answer covered up. That's not really a big deal, to be honest with you. I don't care about that. But let's quickly get the correct numbers drawn up here. This right here, hold on one second. This number right here that's upside down, that is a 6. And this height right here going up and down, the height going up and down is an 8. Okay? All right, now we're really more prepared, in my opinion, to solve this problem. Now, capital B stands for area of base. So let's come outline our base. Well, as you can see, there it is. It's a circle. So I'm asking you to find the area of a circle. And that, of course, is pi r squared plus pi RL. All right, so for pi, I'm going to substitute 3.14. For my radius, I'm going to substitute 6 squared. And then for pi, I'm going to substitute 3.14. For radius, I'm going to substitute 6. And for my L, my slant height, oh, I don't know it. I don't know my slant height. Look at this. I don't know it at all. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Notice I know the measurement here is 6. And notice I have the height going straight up and down. Everybody see that? Well, then I can draw a right triangle like this. And if I can find that missing side, then I'll know the slant height. This is the slant height right here. So let's draw that triangle off to the side over here. And now, we know the radius here is 6, so that'll be 6. We know the height is 8. And if you use Pythagorean's theorem, you will get a 10 right here. Let me show you real quick how I did that. Leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. Well, 6 times 6 is 36. 8 times 8 is 64. Add them together, you get 100 equals 8 squared. Now take the square root of both sides, and you will get 10. So this length right here, the hypotenuse is 10. So if that's 10, then we know the slant height right here is 10. So I can put a 10 for the slant height. All right, let me grab my calculator real quick. Let's go ahead and multiply these numbers together right here. 3.14 times 6 squared, which should give you 113.04. If you're not getting that, please get some help. And then over here, we're going to multiply 3.14 times 6 times 10, and you should get 188.4. Let's add these two numbers together, and you should get 301.44. 301.44, and of course everything was in centimeters. If you'll look in your book, you'll see that. So centimeters squared for your final answer. All right, let's move on to number 16. We're going to find the surface area of a pyramid. The surface area of a pyramid. Well, let's go back to our formulas. Surface area of a pyramid. Here it is right here. Surface area of a pyramid. B plus 1/2 PL. So B plus 1/2 PL. All right. Well, let's start with B. B, capital B means the area of the base. Here's my base. It's a triangle. And look, they're being nice to me. They gave it to me. Look at that capital B right there. Everybody see that in your book? Capital B is 6.9 square feet. That's the area of the base. So good. No work to do there. I'm going to go ahead and put 6.9. Now let's continue on. P is the perimeter of this triangle. Well, it looks like to me I've got a perimeter of the base. Excuse me. P is the perimeter of the base. So I've got a 4, a 4, and a 4. So the perimeter would be 4 plus 4 plus 4. That would be 12. And then they give us the slant height. So 6. So this isn't too bad. Bring down your 6.9. Multiply 1/2 times 12 times 6, and you will get 36. And then add these together, and you should get 42.9. 42.9 feet squared. All right? And that's number 16. Let's jump on to number 17, and we're just about done. All right. Now, number 17, we're finding the surface area of a cone. The surface area of a cone. So, here's my formula. B plus pi RL. B plus pi RL. Well, B stands for area of the base. So I'm going to outline my base to see what kind of base I have. Looks like I've got a circle to me. So when they ask you to find the area of the base, if it's a circle, you got to find the area of a circle. And how do you do that? Pi r squared, and then plus pi RL. So for pi, I'm going to substitute 3.14. It looks like to me, even though it's a little blurry, the radius is 5. So for r, I'm going to put a 5. And then for my pi right here, I'm going to put 3.14. And then for my radius, a 5. And then, don't you know it? They don't give us the slant height. Look, they give us this measurement here. Everybody see that? It's a 5. They give us the regular height, straight down, that's 12. But they don't give us the slant height right here. So unfortunately, we're going to have to use Pythagorean's theorem again, and we're going to have to find that missing side. So your right triangle looks something like this. And this measurement here is 5. You can see that from right here. And the height right here is 12. You can see that from there. And now we're missing the hypotenuse. So we have leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And if you add these two together, if you square the 12 and square the 5 and add them together, you'll get 169 equals 8 squared. Now 169 is a perfect square. If you take the square root of both sides, you'll get 13. All right, so the slant height of this line right here I'm highlighting is 13. That's your hypotenuse, so that means your slant height here is 13. So we're going to go ahead and put a 13. So let's start with that left side over there. We have 3.14 times 5 squared, or times 25, however you want to do it. You'll get 78.5. I said 25 because 5 squared is 25. Then we have 3.14 times 5 times 13. And you get 204.1. 204.1. And now let's add those two together. And you should get 282.6. 282.6 feet squared. So there we go. We just did a bunch of surface area problems. All right? Okay, let's move on now to number 18. The directions in the book for 18 through 23 say find the volume. So now we're dealing with something totally different, not surface area, but volume, okay? So what is this thing? This is a prism. This is a prism. Let's go to our formulas. Volume of a prism. Here it is. Boy, that's easy. Look at that. Area of a base times the height. There it is. Volume of a prism. Area of base times the height. So, area of base times the height. And by the way, how do I know I have a prism? Because you have a top face and a bottom face that are congruent and parallel. Remember that definition? And so because I have that, I know I have a prism. All right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and find the volume. Well, first of all, capital B means find the area of the base. So here's my base. Looks like a rectangle. Looks like a 6 by 8 rectangle, which is 48. So the area of the base is 48. Do you see how I did that? The base is a rectangle, 6 by 8. And then height. Well, here's the height. Looks like it's 3 to me. So 48 times 3. So 48 times 3 would be 144. Now we're finding volume, not surface area. So it would be inches, not squared, but inches cubed. Inches cubed. All right. Well, let's continue on. That's number 18. Let's try number 19. Now, students, this again, are you seeing this? This is a prism, okay? Look, this is a prism because you have a top face right here and a bottom face right here, and these two faces are congruent and parallel. They are congruent and parallel, so we have a prism, all right? Now, in order to find the volume of a prism, let me do that again. There we go. All right, in order to find the volume of a prism, let's look at our formulas. Volume of a prism, here it is right here. B times H, that's the one we just used a second ago. So capital B, that's area of the base times the height. Well, let's see. Area of the base. Well, the base looks like a triangle to me. Looks like a 4 by 5 triangle, and 4 and 5 form a right angle. Isn't that what we have right here? Here's one leg, it's a 4. Here's the other leg, it's a 5. Here's the hypotenuse. Here's my right angle right there. So how do I find the area of the base or the area of a triangle? Well, the last time I checked, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times the base, which is 4, times the height of the triangle, which is 5, and that will give you 10. So that's the area of the base. Let me go over that again, students. See this capital B? What does that capital B stand for? Area of the base. So we come over and we look at the base. What is the base? It is a triangle. So if we're going to find the area of the base, that means we have to find the area of a triangle. That's what the base is. How do you find the area of a triangle? 1/2 base times height. So we substitute these numbers in, and we simplify, and the area of the base is 10. Now the height, if you'll look right here, the height is 3. The height is 3. So the answer is 30 cubic meters. That's the volume. 30 cubic meters. All right. Let's move on to number 20. Number 20, we're finding the volume of a cylinder. Let's go to our formula sheet. Volume of a cylinder. Volume of a cylinder. Here it is. Look at that. It's the exact same formula. Volume of a cylinder. All right. So how do I find the volume of a cylinder? Area of base times the height. Capital B times H. Area of base times the height. So are you ready? Capital B, area of base. What is my base? Let's see. Oh, it's a circle. Look at that. My base is a circle. So when I'm asking you to find the area of the base right here, I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle. And how do you find the area of a circle? Well, it's pi r squared and then times the height. All right, well, we know the height. That's pretty simple. The height is 9. Does everybody see that okay? There's the height going up and down right here. The height is 9, all right? Now, over here, I'm going to put 3.14 for pi. And then for r, I'm going to put 3 squared, all right? So I've got to multiply all these together. So here we go. 3.14 times 3 squared times 9, and we should get 254.34. Unless I hit a wrong button somewhere, that's what I'm getting. Excuse me. 254.34 centimeters cubed. We're dealing with volume, so cubed. All right, let's go on to number 21. Oh, another one. Well, let's do this kind of quickly, okay? Don't want to be too redundant here. Let's fly through this really quickly. Volume of a cylinder, if you'll look on your formula sheet, volume of a cylinder is BH. Well, that means you find the area of base times the height. Well, if I'm asking you to find the area of the base looks like a circle to me. So I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle, which is pi r squared times the height, and the height is 8. All right. So over here we're going to have 3.14 times my radius, which is 9 squared, and then your height, of course, is your 8. So there we go. So we have 3.14 times 9 squared times 8. I'm getting 2034.72. Now I did that quickly. I hope that's right. 2034.72 feet cubed. All right? So there we go, volume of a cylinder. Number 22, we're going to find the volume. Now this is a prism. Look, see? There's your top face, and there's your bottom face. They are congruent. That means they're the exact same figure, and they're parallel. So we have a prism. When you have a prism, let's look at our formula sheet. How do you find the volume of a prism? Here it is right here. Capital B times H. Capital B times H. Okay? So with that in mind, capital B means area of base. Area of base. Well, what is my base? It's a square. So if I'm asking you to find the area of the base, I'm really asking you to find the area of a square, a 4 by 4 square. So the area of the base is 16, and the height, as you can see right over here, the height is 6. So if you multiply those together, you will get 96 cubic yards. 96 cubic yards, and that's number 22. Let's try number 23. Oh, it's a cylinder again. Well, they're doing an overkill on this, aren't they? All right, well, real quick, how do you find the volume of a cylinder? The volume of a cylinder is capital BH. Now, don't forget, students, capital B means area of base. So I come over and I look at my base. Looks like a circle to me. So if I'm asking you to find the area of the base, which I am, I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle. And how do you find the area of a circle? Pi r squared. And of course the height, as you can see, is 14. Everybody see the height over here? 14. All right, now look, if my diameter up here is 20, then what's my diameter down here also going to be? It's going to be 20 also. So if my diameter is 20, then doesn't that mean my radius is half of that? My radius would be 10. All right? So we come over here, and for pi, I substitute 3.14 times my radius would be 10 squared, times 14. So 3.14 times 10 squared times 14. Let's see what we get. I'm getting 4,396. So 4,396 cubic inches. And that's 23. Let's move on to 24. Now 24, they're asking you to find the volume of a pyramid. The volume of a pyramid. So let's go back. Let's go back to the formula sheet. Volume of a pyramid. Here it is. Do you see it? Volume of a pyramid. Do you need me? Okay. 1/3 capital B H. So here we go. 1/3 capital B H. Now capital B stands for the area of the base. So let's see what the base looks like. The base to me looks like a rectangle. Okay. A 3 by 5 rectangle. So when I ask you to find the area of the base, it would be 15 in this problem. And then the height, of course, is 6. The height is not the slant height. Height means straight up and straight down. So there's my height going straight up and down. And my height, of course, is going to be 6. So if you multiply all these together, you will get 30 meters cubed. 30 meters cubed, and that's the volume of this pyramid. All right, let's go on to number 25. On number 25, they want us to find the volume of a cone. The volume of the cone. Now, I've told you guys before, I really strongly recommend turning your cylinders and your cones so that the circular face is facing downward like this. Of course, I know that kind of uncovers the answer, but that's okay. Now, if you'll look in your book, this number here is upside down. I'm going to cross that off. If you'll look in your book, the height is 12. And then, of course, the diameter going all the way across is 10. All right? So we're looking to find the volume of a cone. Let's go back a page. Volume of a cone. Volume of a cone. There it is right here. Same formula as volume of a pyramid. 1/3 area of base times height. So here we go. 1/3 capital B times H. Now, capital B stands for area of base. Area of base. And of course, if I'm going to look at my base here, it looks like a circle to me. I'm, of course, being a little sarcastic. That's pretty obvious. So I'm asking you to find the area of the base, and the base is a circle, so I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle, which is, how do you find the area of a circle? Pi r squared. And then, of course, the height of this entire cone is 12. We can see that. The height is 12. So let's make some substitutions here. 1/3, and then 3.14 times, ooh, hold it. My diameter is 10. See this line going all the way across? That's my diameter. It's 10. So my radius then must be half of that, so 5 squared. And then times 12. So we got quite a bit of multiplication to do here, okay? So hopefully you know how to use your calculator pretty well. And I'm getting 314. 314. So 314 cubic inches. And so that would be the volume of this cone, all right? That's number 25. Number 26. All right, now number 26, we're going to find the volume of this cone. Again, volume of the cone. Now notice, well, we'll get to this in a second. So, all right, volume of a cone. Let's go back over here. Here it is. 1/3 capital BH. So here we go. 1/3 capital BH. All right. Now, capital B stands for area of the base. Let's come over and look at the base. The base is a circle. So if I ask you to find the area of the base, I'm really asking you to find the area of a circle. And hopefully we know by now how to find the area of a circle. It's pi r squared. Now the height is not 15. That's the problem. They don't give us the height. Look, we know this length here is 9. We do not know the height coming down. What they do give us is the slant height. Does everybody see that? They give us the slant height. So we're going to have to draw a triangle like this. I'm going to put an X here. And we got to find the height. We don't know what the height is. Right here. We don't know what the height is. We have no idea. So let's go ahead and draw this triangle down here. And see this 9 right here? That tells us that the measurement of this part of the triangle is 9. See this 15 right here? Well, we know that means that this part of the triangle here is 15. That's the hypotenuse. So we're missing a leg. We're missing a leg. Here's my right angle. So I have leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So that's going to be L squared plus 81 equals, I used to have all these memorized, 15 squared is 225. That's what I thought it was, 225. Now we want to get L squared by itself, so we subtract 81 from both sides, and if you do that correctly, you will come up with 144. And then take the square root of both sides, and the leg is 12. So this missing leg right here, I'm highlighting it, this missing leg right here is 12, which means this part right here, the height, is not going to be x. Now it's going to be 12. So now I know my height is 12. So let's start making some substitution. 1/3, and then for pi I will substitute 3.14, and the radius is 9, so times 9 squared, and then 12. So let's see what we come up with, okay? I'm getting 1017.36. 1017.36 centimeters cubed. So we're moving along pretty good. 3 more problems and we're done. All right, number 27. Now they want us to find, we actually have to do 2 things here, but that's okay. They're really simple. They take hardly no time at all. They want us to find the surface area and the volume of this sphere. So let's go back a page. Here's the formula. Ouch. Sorry, excuse me. The surface area would be 4 pi r squared. So surface area 4 pi r squared. And the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. That's the volume. All right, well, let's find the surface area first. We have 4 times 3.14 times the radius squared, which would be 6.5 squared. If you multiply all of these numbers together, you will get 530.66. So the surface area is 530.66. Now we're dealing with area, surface area, so it's meters squared. Now let's come over here and let's find the volume. So 4/3 times 3.14 times my radius, which is 6.5 cubed. So once again, it really becomes a calculator problem, does it not, students? I mean, it really does. So 4/3 times 3.14 times 6.5 to the third power. I'm getting 1,149. 1,149. And then it looks like 0.763, and the 3 is repeating. So 0.763, 3 is repeating. So meters cubed. Meters cubed. Moving on to number 28. And again, they want us to find the volume and the surface area. So the volume would be the surface area would be 4 pi r squared. That's the surface area. And the volume would be 4/3 pi r cubed. So here we go. Let's first of all go ahead and make our substitution. So for pi, I'm going to put 3.14. And then for radius squared, my radius is 18, so 18 squared. Well, let's see what we come up with. So 4 times 3.14 times 18 squared, I'm getting 4,069, so 4,069.44. And that would be centimeters squared surface area. All right, now the volume over here, again, we just put numbers in. So 4/3 times 3.14 times the radius cubed, 18 to the third power. And let's see what we come up with. So here we go, parentheses, let's see, 4/3 times 3.14 times 18 to the third power. I'm getting 24,416. So 24,416.64 centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. All right, one more problem. Yay, I'm as glad as you guys are. All right, let's find the volume and the surface area. So the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. So where pi is, I will substitute 3.14. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm going to put radius right here. Radius equals. Now, if the whole diameter is 7.7, you got to divide that in half. And when you divide it in half, you get 3.85. Use a calculator if you need to. So we're going to divide that in half. You get 3.85. So for the radius, I'm going to put 3.85 quantity squared. Well, let's see what we come up with. 4 times 3.14 times 3.85 squared. And we're going to get 186.1706 square feet. All right. Now you can round all these problems to wherever you want to. Okay, that's up to you. Now volume for a sphere would be 4/3 pi r to the third power. So 4/3 times 3.14 times 3.85. That's your radius to the third power. So again, it's just a calculator problem. So 4/3 times 3.14 times 3.85 to the third power. I'm getting 238 point and a bunch of decimals, so I'm going to round this one. 238.9189. I'll round it there. 9189. And that's going to be feet cubed, or cubic feet, because that's the volume. That's the inside of the sphere. All right. If you will study this review sheet and make sure you know this formula sheet very well for the matching, you should be good for your test, okay? So please do that, and I hope this has been a help to you, and also I hope it will help you get your 5 bonus points for your test.